Hello, welcome back to Pirtle's Pod. Me and Tori said hello. You not. Today we're going to be recapping Shingun's great year three leap as he is likely done for the season. Um, but on our right side, it appears. What are you doing? It appears he avoided serious injury, coming out with a severe ankle sprain and a bone bruise in his knee. Now, he's probably still done for the season. I've known people that have played with bone bruises in their knee. Um, so he return for the end of the year? Yeah, but there's probably not a point in that. Also, I think the severe ankle sprain is actually what the heck? Stop it! I think the severe ankle sprain is actually what's going to keep him out. Um, Luckily, he's really flexible. Otherwise, it could have probably been a lot worse. But yeah, I wanted to wait till we got some more information, got the injuries, then come on here and speculate. And I'm happy I did. I was going to come on here and give you, all right, if he's hurt for a little bit, if he's hurt for the rest of the year, and if he's hurt for next year, like I was going to kind of give those scenarios. That would have been fun to do. But instead, we're happy this is the scenario here, and um, God, it's not serious, you know. He'll probably, like I said, miss the rest of the year and probably be back kind of sometime in the summer, just after probably the season's over. So he should have a pretty full off season, and it's important for a guy that's that young and on a team that needs a leap. I think that's huge. So I would like him to take it, and he's going to need to work to do that. Obviously, he needs to get stronger. Needs to work on his jump shot. Needs to work on seeing double teams and that sort of stuff as well. So yes, obligatory, but I know. So yeah, what a year three leap after struggling through the first 2 years of his career with coaching staff that didn't like him is what it is. To be able to fight through that and still show flashes. If you watched at least last year, and you didn't have some sort of feeling that Sengun could be the best player on this team, I question your ball knowledge or at least your ability to look at something unbiasedly. I'm not saying he was clear cut the favorite. I'm not saying you had to think he was the favorite, but you're the best. But was it a possibility? I think it always was. And yeah, so obviously it's hard to trust that when he's being doubted by his own coaching staff. But that coaching staff obviously was not doing their due diligence. Anyway, it brings us this year. To be honest, it was an all star level year. Just didn't quite get it in. The West is loaded. I think he's clear cut all star if he's in the East, and he really led this team. Man, he played 63 of the 64 games so far. It was very available, very consistent throughout the better part, but before New Year's has dipped a little bit in consistency since the start of the new year, but facing a lot more defensive game plans, a lot of people trying to take him away, a lot of doubles and lack of shooting around him. He was still able to perform, and even now he's coming off some of his best performances, which really sucks that this is the way it ends. Definitely, as to be honest, I believe that there was a chance that they could make a run for that last playing spot. Now, were they going to make it? I don't know. But with the Warriors missing Steph, um, I believe we're 4.5 or 5 games back, something like that. Now they're going on a run, winning these last 6 games or so. Like it's been some of the best basketball the Rockets have played all year, including that early season stretch. And so, yeah, it sucks, but just looking at the positives, what a freaking leap! We have a cornerstone to build around here in Houston. So looking at his stats real quick, he played 32.5 minutes per game, 21.1 points per game, 5 assists, 9.4 boards, 53.7% from the field. He shot 58.5 true shooting percentage, 29 double doubles, and 2 triple doubles. So, where I think, just in the stats wise looking, that I would like to see some improvement is that assist number being at 5. I would like to see that above 6. That is a whole assist more, but I think it's possible. I think his scoring numbers are naturally going to go up. He was down to 19s early in the season and has rose up to 21 and has had stretches where he would average more than that. So I think that'll naturally go up as he continues to improve and continues to see the defenses and get stronger and stuff. I think that's going to improve. I think that's going to be, in the height of his career, I think he'll be close to 28 per game scorer. I think next year you're looking probably 23, 24 maybe. I think you're happy at 21 right now, to be honest. 5 assists, obviously great for a center. I think he's a better passer than that, and I don't think it's necessarily reflective of him. I think learning kind of the double teams and how to attack those goes a long way in improving that, as well as this roster being better constructed, shooting wise, cutting wise, smart basketball players, that sort of thing. I think those two things instantly improve it. So would you get out of the way? And also, maybe not quite running everything through Fred as much as we did, but sorry, this is annoying. But yeah, I think other than that, I think everything's about where you'd like it. Obviously, we need to see his 3-point percentage improve to ideally, eventually he gets around that 35%. I think he's flying kitty. 35%. I think that's massive. I think it's massive for him and the Rockets to take next jump. I think that I think that this is his offseason's huge for him, and this season was great for him. And they really, hopefully, the Rockets really lean into building around him and putting the right roster together. Right. All right, I gotta get some energy up. Sorry about that. I felt like that was very monotone. We're gonna review some of his best performances of the year. We're gonna start with the most recent ones. March 5th and 6th. March 5th versus the Spurs, 6th versus the Clippers. Career high in points and steals, 46 points, 16 rebounds, 5 steals. And then he backs it up the next night with a 23, 19, and 14 career high in assist game. Second triple-double of the season. Those were monster games. Both of those were monster games. They ended up losing that Clippers game. But man, to first off, score 46. It was 45, wasn't it? I had 46 written there. It was definitely 45. Yeah, it must have been a typo. 45, 16, and 6 to set your career high in points and then back it up at points and steals and then back it up with your career high in assists the next night because they start throwing a bunch of different double teams and stuff at you. Have 14 assists. That was beautiful. It was beautiful. I was really excited about what he's going to look like down the stretch. It looked like he had finally kind of figured out the double team thing. As he was seeing a bunch of different looks. Yeah, he looked great. Those are inspiring going into next year. Sucks we won't get to see him capitalize on it this year. But yeah, that's big for the program there. January 29th versus the Lakers. He had 31, 12, and 7. Honestly, I don't remember that game a whole lot. I believe we won. We did. We beat the crap out of the Lakers. Yeah. Jalen Green also had a good game in that game. Okay. I remember that. It was in the Jalen Green quick renaissance there before All-Star. Yeah, that was a good game. January 21st was Boston, his first triple-double of the season. The only other one that he had. 24, 12, and 10. And quick check. I think we lost that game. We did. I was in Houston. I remember that. Toyota Center started chanting, you know, go to the Celtics or something. I don't know. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Houston fans need to be better. But great game for Sengun there. I remember this when we let Kristaps Porzingis open from three all night. It was not very fun. January 20th versus the Jazz the night before. So these are also back. Maybe he's good at back to backs. Maybe that's like a specialty here. There's a pattern going on. That's when he matched his then career high with 37, 14, and 6 versus the Jazz. We beat them OT by 1. I remember that. It was a good game. It was a good game to watch, good game to be at. That was also in Houston. It's when the numbers are a little deceiving. The defense was okay there. Yeah, another win for the Rockets, another win for the good guys. And then when he set his career high before that, so it was also on the second night of back-to-back, I might add, versus the Pels. Only 106 points, 37 of those were from Alp, 37, 11, and 6. Another big game. That was at New Orleans. I remember that. And that was coming off a back-to-back. Played Dallas and Houston the night before. He had 22 and 15 that night. So, hey, back-to-backs might be his thing. Yeah, so that's some of the best stat lines he had of the year, some of the best games. All those were wins and big, except for the Boston one. But yeah, those were all his best performances of the year. Love to see that. Going forward, man, just a quick outlook of what I think is going to happen. A lot of talk about start Landell, start Jabari, start Jeff Green. Jeff Green's kind of been a little bit more out of the rotation as Landell's picked up. I don't think he wants to play starter minutes, man. He's hanging on. I think it depends. I think it depends on the matchup. I don't think you want to start Jabari at the 5 all the time. Definitely if you're going against somebody like Gobert or some big lineups. But I think you might want to see versus the Wizards or versus Oklahoma City or something like that. There's some matchups in there that are definitely beneficial to start Jabari at the 5. So I think you'll see a mix. I really do going down the stretch. Obviously, I think one will be better than the other, and you might lean towards that to the last few games. But I think you'll see a mix. I think Landell will start some, and I think Jabari will start some. I think they'll play about the same minutes either way, or like Landell will. Probably in the 20 to 25 minutes a night type range. I see some Jeff Green if he's healthy and ready. Other than probably see some Jason Tate. Jason Tate will probably be in there. Probably see some more Amin for that rebounding and such that we're going to be losing with LP. So yeah, I think you'll see a lot of athletic, probably a lot of up tempo to finish the year. I think it gives a lot of people some chances. I think Cam Whitmore and Amin have a chance now to just kind of go play. I don't think there's as much expectations. And I think Jalen Green obviously is going to take his chance to kind of finish season strong. I don't want that to trick all the Rockets fans and stuff. Oh, wow, look at Jalen Green. In the last 18 games of the season, he went on his hair. Well, yeah, he's been doing that for the last 2 years when they were playing losing basketball, which is probably a little bit what we're going to be playing. Obviously, there's a system in place. We got Ime, so it's not, Tankathon, but it's probably not going to look pretty all the time. That being said, this team's young, athletic. They can play some good defense and get out and run. They can win some games down the stretch. They can win some games down the stretch, and there's no reason not to. We're not going to keep our pick. I don't think we're going to lose enough games to get into the top 4. I think you go win. I think you go play. You let some of the young guys and whatnot show you what they got. Let the leash be a little bit longer, and kind of see what happens on the other side of it. I don't think it's going to be pretty. I think probably win some games. Wizards, and although they're looking tough lately, but you win some games. There's pretty fairly easy schedule going down the stretch. I think against the good teams, we stand a little bit less of a chance. We're pretty good at pulling the upsets on some of those good teams every once in a while. And I think with that Sengun, a little bit of that goes away, although we might get underestimated. So yeah, so that's just kind of my thoughts. I think it's it's only 18 games. I think it's exciting going down the stretch. It sucks losing Sengun. Definitely, that's my favorite player and obviously the best player on the team. But I think this team's still young. It's athletic. It's fun to watch if they get out and run. And I think that's kind of what we're going to be in for. So I think we should all meet at the Toyota Center and have a party, man. Let's have a party these last 18 games, however many home games it is. I don't know. But let's enjoy it, and let's see what we got going with the offseason and hope the front office makes the right moves. I think next year is playoff or bust. If you make the play-in, it's got to be like securely in the play-in, and hopefully they win through the play-in. But I think next year you got to make playoffs. I really do. Um, and to be honest, I think we have the talent. I just think you just need to make the right roster acquisitions. Obviously, I think Atari and Adams coming back, I think that's a huge addition going into next year. But I think you make the trades for some shooters, fill out kind of the lower level of the roster, and maybe make a big splash. I don't really know. But I think if Jabari Towson takes the leap, which is year 3 next year, so I expect he should. Hopefully, Jalen Green or whoever ends up being a starting shooting guard goes to the next level. I think it could be big for this team. And so, play for bus. Prayers for Sengun, speedy recovery. Go have a great offseason, buddy. Had a great year. Everybody else, let's finish the season strong. I'll be there. So come join me.